Hello everybody, this is Dr. Bob DiMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob, and we appreciate all the questions. Very interesting. I appreciate the fact that you're thinking and you have answers that you want to know. Someone wants to know this. What do you do about too much estrogen? And you've heard me talk about this probably quite a bit. When you have tender breasts and heavy menses, it's usually a body signal to me. Obviously you have too much estrogen in your body, but you need that liver to process the estrogen. Sometimes you might not have enough B vitamins. Sometimes you might have a fatty liver. We have seen fruit increase the size of a liver so it's not functioning optimally. Stay away from fruit, maybe take some herbs to support liver function, and make sure you have B vitamins. Question about eating a half apple a day, and they wanted to know, does it have to be a red apple? I can only tell you this. When I was doing my studies for my Doctor of Natural Health degree, I took a class in Ayurvedic medicine. One of the books that I read was The Answer to Cancer by Dr. Sharma. In his book, he was just talking about foods and fruits. As I was reading through it, I just kind of noticed that green apples may stagnate digestion. I really promote red apples. That's just what I've observed over time, if that makes a difference to you. Someone had a question in regard to a person or family, 3 or 4 times a year, they feel their head is burning, numbness in the right legs, and sometimes into the arm, instant fatigue. This lasts for a minute, and then the symptoms subside, leaving her really upset. Well, what I've learned along the way is that sometimes people could get maybe a band headache, could be a need for B vitamins. If you don't have enough B vitamins, you can literally have what we call raw nerves. If you're the type of person that there's a refrigerator off in the room and you can hear the motor going, it's a body signal you need B vitamins. There is a test called the organics urine test that we can do that would assist us in helping determine if you need some B vitamins or not. Here's a very good, and that was a very good question, by the way. Here's another excellent question. Dr. Bob, could you tell me if coconut oil and coconut milk have the same benefits on the brain? I can tell you from my experience, from what I've just read, is that coconut oil itself definitely improves brain function. It's a fat. It's a medium chain fatty acid. I'm not saying that coconut milk won't help. Alright, but I know today that we're even seeing some of these nut milks have a lot of extra chemicals added to them. I suppose if you got a coconut and it was supposedly an organic coconut and you drank the milk, hey, more power to you. But I would definitely go with the coconut oil in the brain. Somebody had a very long question. They wanted to come to see us, and the bottom line for them is they have potentially a yeast problem in their body. I read The Yeast Connection by Dr. Crooks many years ago, 30 years ago or so. He made a couple interesting observations. He said that yeast might proliferate in the body, protecting the body from an overabundance of parasites. We see parasites in a body that is what we call dysbiosis. I know from my experience, just observing nutritional microscopy, that yes, we do see yeast. You may or may not have parasites with the yeast. People who tend to have a yeast issue love sugar. Comes down to get rid of that sugar and get rid of the bread. People crave bread, I think, sometimes because the yeast in their body needs to be fed. Next question. That was a very good question. My husband has terrible heel pain from bone spurs. Is there anything that we can do about it? It's a very good question because I've had people come into the office, have had bone spurs, no pain. So there's a lot of things going on here. Could have plantar fasciitis. Sometimes that responds to vitamin B6. We also use a product called BioCMP, which is calcium, magnesium, and potassium. We also use an acidifier in the body because sometimes you see heel spurs with people who tend to be alkaline. The BioCMP is good. You may consider even soaking with some Epsom salts because it's going to put minerals in the body. We actually also have a product that has some parathyroid tissue in it to help minimize that pain. So it could be a B6 need, it could be an oil need. You may consider an essential fatty acid blood spot test. So it also could be that you need to acidify the body with a proper digestive enzymes, which oftentimes could be the reason. Wonderful questions. I'd encourage you to watch this again. I'm Dr. Bob DiMaria, the Drugless Doctor.